Hi guys, this is Scribbly again with another product review. Today we are going to talk about a rather interesting product, the Winkpen. The name Winkpen comes from the idea of using wine as ink, or it's like actually what it is a hybrid between a glass dip pen and a fountain pen with a cartridge converter in here. And the idea is to use not ink, you can also use ink with that pen, but any staining, any liquid that has staining properties, coffee, I don't know, blueberry juice, whatever, wine, and so on. So that's the special thing about that pen. I got that pen sent here by the owner of Winkpen's, Jessica Chan, who gave me the chance to have a look at that pen for review. Thanks, Jessica. I'll cover the pen in a bit. Let's have a look at the packaging first. Comes a little thank you card, all very professional, frequently asked questions. What inks can I use? What do I have to treat that thing with caution and all that? Won't go through all that. You can pause the video and check that because there's a lot of information coming with that pen. Write with wine, juice, tea or ink, get creative. That's the idea of the pen, you know. Use whatever you want as ink. Then there's a little bit of the company history. Then you can fully disassemble the pen. You see the handmade glass dip nib unit here. And then how to, this is a glass housing unit, how to disassemble that whole thing. You have the website and all the addresses there and social media outlets and all that. And have a look at that. All that is very professionally made. Jessica is a product designer, industrial designer. I hope I didn't get that wrong. So you can really see that here. Pen comes in a box here, outer sleeve, Winkpen's logo, Winkpen's typo logo. I assume that Winkpen's logo here should sort of stylize that glass nib. Then you have like a product development picture here, which is very nice. Warranty, what the warranty covers, what it doesn't cover. And then on the back side, again, how to use the pen, how to clean the pen, the different parts of the pen. You can have a look at that by pausing the video. Out comes that box here, Winkpen's logo again. That is like some kind of silky feeling rubber, very nicely done. This here is metal. The packaging is spectacular, really nice. You really, as I said before, see the product design background of Jessica there. It's maybe almost over the top, but like gives it really quality appearance. Then you get another information booklet here that is the company history and whatever. That is actually quite some pages. I won't flip through all of that here. You can see that when you buy the pen. Then there is a special warning or caution sign that you should be careful because the pen is mostly made of plastic and glass parts. So don't throw the pen around, otherwise that might break. You get a certificate of authenticity. That here is issued in 2016. This is from the first production run of Winkpens. Feel honored to have a pen of the first production run. 2,000 units were made. I have number 440. And then Jessica signs that personally, which is also very nice. And then the pen is bedded in a bed of roses here, like some kind of Winkpen's, yeah, cloth in here, whatever. So that's the packaging. A lot of packaging going on there. As to the pen itself, screw-on cap, screw-on plastic cap with a little bit of an inner cap here. Winkpen's logo on top of the cap. Finial, very shiny. You have, what's that here? Ah, JC, that's probably Jessica Chan. Yeah, that's the initials of the Winkpen's owner. Shiny clip, very springy. I mean, super springy. I'm sure if I overdo that, it's gonna break. I'm actually not sure how useful the clip itself is, maybe as a roll stop or something like that, because if I throw in a Lamy Safari just quickly for a size comparison, the Lamy Safari is already a quite large pen. This here is a Pelikan M205, which is a quite small pen, and the Winkpen is definitely longer than the Lamy Safari. So I mean, even putting that pen, the Lamy Safari, in your shirt pocket, if you don't have a very deep shirt pocket, that might be a challenge. That thing here, no way you're gonna put that in a shirt pocket, right? So anyway, screw on cap. This here is the glass dip nib. This is like, let me remove that for you for a minute. This is a glass dip nib as you used to maybe from the J. Herbin pens or something like that. Ink will be fed through the cartridge converter up to this point here will then pour onto, or rather flow onto, that glass ball here, from where it will be distributed along those grooves here that actually work as a as the nib's feet that will transport the ink or whatever staining property liquid you might have in there, and then will pour down all the way to focus, camera focus, to the writing surface or the writing tip, which is that, now the camera has a bit trouble focusing. Yeah, now it works. Which is that handmade, hand smoothened glass tip nib that the way it looks will and does write from any angle that you will hold the pen in. Put that back in. So you can use that as a dip pen if you want to, but you can use the feeding mechanism here. And then, as said, you can fully disassemble the pen. Let me do that for you for a bit. You can also take that ring apart, which I'm not going to do now. You've seen I can take that nib here out, and then you can take that thing here out. That here is a glass tube. So you have that, and then that is more or less just a regular converter, and I could now pull that thing also off, so that grabs on the converter and then operates that. Yeah, let's call it a piston turning knob here. So let me reassemble the pen a little bit, and as I reassemble the pen, I might already talk about, yeah, what do I think about the pen? What do I think about that concept? I think it's a fairly interesting concept, but in all honesty, I think one problem that the pen has in marketing management, there was a guy, Michael Porter, that was talking about generic strategies, and one of the strategies was actually not really a strategy, was a bit stuck in the middle, and I think that's the problem that that pen might have. The pen might be a little bit stuck in the middle, because I think we can approach that product from two angles. We can either take that as a serious pen, right, with a nib and all that, or and a cartridge converter, or we can take it a little bit more lighthearted as a creative tool. Let's take it for a serious pen for a minute. I think if we take it for a serious pen, it's probably not really a serious pen, because like now, as I said, it's very long. You can't slide it in your shirt pocket. You also can't just throw it into your bag, because this is a glass barrel that might break. It has a glass nib that is also not the most robust thing on earth. The nib itself, and you'll see that in the writing sample in a bit, is of course a peculiar writing experience. It's a glass tip nib, so I don't know if you want to write, you know, your memoirs with a glass tip nib, because as I said, it's smooth. It's a nice writing experience, but it's more something fun, right? It's nothing that you, or maybe you're writing a letter to someone, but it's nothing that you would want to use as a daily note taker in your Moleskine maybe, or something like that. And then also, if you use it with alternative inks, like wine or something like that, you never know. You can't use it for serious note-taking or serious documentation, because you will never know, you know, the document proofness of the ink, or the feathering on the paper. There's a lot of like trying out that you got to do and all that. So, because that stuff might feather and bleed and whatever. So, it is a pen, it can be used as a pen, but I don't think that it is really a serious pen. So, and if we approach that product from that other angle that we could approach it from, that is, it's a toy, like a fun, creative toy, which it is. It is fun, it's nice, it's creative. You can pour in any liquid that you want. I'm just going to fill the pen in a minute with Standard Graf Burgundy. I'm not going to like fill that with a million different liquids now. So that is nice. You can really try a lot, because like obviously there's no feed that can get clogged. You can pour in something that is very liquid, something that is less viscose. You can really try yourself out. You can use a lot of like shimmering inks and iron gall inks and all that kind of stuff, because it's very easy to disassemble, it's very easy to clean. So there's no problem with that. There's also not a lot of metal inside here with which ink or any other liquid could react. So you can really try a lot. The problem with the pen as a fun toy or whatever then might be its price, probably, because it actually costs $130, which really is a word. I mean, I understand the pricing. The materials are all sourced from very trustworthy sources. There's a handmade glass nib inside. There are a lot of care and design went into the product. But in the end, it's a glass dip pen with a cartridge converter, and you get a J. Herbin glass dip pen for around $20. So there's a lot of difference between $20 and $130. So yeah, I'm actually not sure. The pen is very interesting, but I'm not sure if the pen really knows what it wants to be. I find the concept very interesting, as said, but you gotta decide for yourself if the money is worth it for you. I mean, it's Christmas soon, so maybe. So you see now the pen is filled. I've now used ink to fill the pen. The focusing worked from that side pretty well last time. Yeah, it focuses. So you see the ink actually sits in those grooves here, sits in these channels. That's where it will be fed from. So I'm now just like going to zoom in a little bit. I'm starting to write. You see, Winkpen, this is what I mean. It is a fairly broad line if I compare that now, for example, with a Lamy medium. You see that the pen lays down a fairly broad line, and as said, I'm not sure if you want to do your daily note-taking with that. That's why I was saying I think it's probably more useful for, you know, doing some calligraphy, I mean, it's really nice because the pen actually writes from different angles that you need to always like turn the pen a little bit so that the ink starts flowing again, because of course some of the grooves will dry out and then it takes a little while for the ink to be transported back down again. It's really nice. I mean, you can do a lot of fun things, right? You can operate that piston turning knob here and, like, you know, just like distribute a little bit ink here and do, like, you know, like all kind of cool funny things with that. I mean, that is it's really nice. It's really nice. I love it. Draw a little heart here, right? I mean, it's a really nice toy, and it actually, I mean, it does write. So you can really write with that. So there's no problem. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all that there is to say about that pen. I think we've covered most about it. Jessica, thanks a lot for sending me that very interesting pen and letting me have a look at it. As said, I find it's a very interesting pen. Is it worth $129? That's for you to decide. I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next review. Bye bye.